Alright, it's next day. My lens is all dirty. Let's see if it helps here. Not that much. I've been my screen anything else. Just getting a little cleaned up. Kind of just putting some stuff away. Figured I'd hit this up. This is the shift cable holder on the transmission. Can't see how that goes. Just the same color that I painted the brackets, which all came out pretty nice. No major runs or anything, so looks great. Trying to keep them from rubbing too hard. Other than that, just kind of getting ready. Probably going to start working on the wire harness. I have the paint to finish this guy, so I might get this guy washed up, set up a table out there, and get that painted up today. I'm not sure if I have any leftover paint, if there's anything I want to touch up here. Probably not. There were a couple spots I totally missed. Back in here, a couple little tiny spots you can't see unless you actually get down in there, so I'm not too worried about them. But for right now, just kind of putzing around trying to figure out where I want to start the day. The coolant reservoir. I did the engine mount and the vtec heat shield. All of those have 3 nice coats, with the exception of the back of this one. So those will look better when they're not backlit crazy. They should look like this one. Just like that. Sparkly gray. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, painted the valve cover. Can't really see it or smell it. Definitely got some orange peel going on. Nothing crazy. Well, quite a bit crazy. Everything's on there nice and smooth. And a little coat of clear coat on there as well. The engine enamel. So hopefully that green can take the heat. A couple different colors of green on there, but once it tacks up a little bit, I'll bring it out in the sun. Man, that came out so nice. Oofta. That is gorgeous. It's gonna be beautiful. Like I said, a little bit of orange peel. I'm gonna decide whether or not I wanna wet sand this. Definitely give it a couple days of hanging out. I'm probably going to try and remove some of the stuff that needs to get removed while it's still kind of wet. So I'm going to run a razor blade over that and do that. I get the old stuff cut off here and taken down and put away. And, doesn't look anything special, just took a bunch of tape off. But man, I'm really liking that color. Looks great. Even going better than this stuff. We should lead on the clear coat a little thicker. 3 cans versus a can. 1 can of paint, 1 can of clear coat, 3 cans of paint, 3 cans of clear coat. Or was it 4? I don't remember. A lot. A bunch. It just looks working good. So I was debating on whether or not this is powder coated. I was debating on whether or not to paint it the same color as this and all this stuff that I got hanging up out there. Whether or not I should paint it the same black midnight color. And I thought, well, it stands out and it's so nice looking. I think I'm gonna leave this as is, and if it ever gets messed up, like a scratch or something, then I'll paint it. I can always take it off super easy, obviously. Decided to do a little work on the old cop horn here. I need to trim this guy up, get it looking good before I actually paint it. Put this guy in there. I'm thinking if I can get it, shave it down just enough to get that button. So it really doesn't take much to set that off. I just need to take basically, well, almost all of this top part off. I want to keep the clip if I can as much as possible. So I just want to cut this part off using these guys. Okay, so I got that guy like that. It's going to be able to go in that far. So if you look at the button part, you'll see that's how far the button's going to stick out past there. So about like that. And of course it'll be sitting down, but yeah, just about right. Whoa. Alright, that's how much I took off that thing. And then I accidentally used this guy. So that was a file, but that thing just immediately started just killing. Can't really see it, but it's rough. Very coarse. Just blew right through. So I got a bit of a wiggle to it that I didn't really want, but I think with enough little heavy paint on there, it'll slide right in there and look fine. So now I'm going to drill a hole right there and attach a zip tie. See if I can't figure out the best way to attach this guy right here. Something like this. That looks kind of good. I was just thinking to myself, it'd be fun to put something on top of that, and then I found this vacuum cap, and I thought that putting that on there, you just trim it down this top piece, and just have a little piece on top there, and just be a little rubber cop horn. Alright, get this guy back inside. That is as cleaned off as I'm gonna get it. I might do a little bit more, but as far as I'm concerned, that is ready for paint. There's a couple spots not so happy about, but whatever. I gotta move on. So I think next I might do a little wiring harness work. Next day, kind of cloudy. Hopefully the sun will come out a little bit. Walked down to the hardware store as soon as it opened, grabbed some stuff. Was not able to find nylon washers. Weird, but I got a bunch of stuff to finish doing the mounting to the mounting plate on this guy. In the meantime, I kind of been doing a little bit of painting. This is the water pump housing. Pretty good. The logo looks good. Got my windshield wiper motor over here. The black of the color of the car. And the water pump housing water pump motor cop horn, painted that sparkling black, just like this guy. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. I just pulled off this vtec solenoid and get it nice and cleaned up. See if I can keep it or just get a new one. Alright, as you can see, I built a little rubber mount at a 1/4 I believe it's 1.5 inches. Got my thing here, little plate, got it spaced out and marked. I'm about to punch a little hole, drill it with 13/64 and tap it with 1/4, which is what those are. Alright, it is yet again another day. It's still sitting right where I left it. My friend pulled up right as I was punching, tapping some little tappy taps like such. And then I decided to spend the rest of the day yapping it up with him. Going over some ideas with the car, some thoughts. Got some good ideas, some interesting ideas. As far as we talked about the exhaust system, a diffuser, a different kind of hood. We went over a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, he was happy with my progress, and I'm happy with my progress. So, yep, I'll pick up where I left off yesterday with this guy. Yeah, about that. I put this on here just to see what it looks like on there. But I might start assembling this guy, getting some parts put on that now that it's painted. My other stuff came out nice and good too. Got a little bit of paint on it there and on the front, but all in all, it looks nice. I was gonna sit like this, and I totally missed that part. So I might hit that up. Probably not. That's not paint, that's just grease from sitting right there, but yeah, I might install that guy. That thing's ready to go back in. It's got to polish up the bolts, which are sitting right here. A couple of things to do with that, and I put that on. Yeah, but kind of want to keep my head in this game for right this second. Alright, as you can see, I've got my 3 holes drilled. Sorry, maybe. There you can see I got my 3 holes drilled. So now I'm going to go ahead and tap them. I do get the joke. It's right there. Jeez, I lost it myself. Right there, right there, and right there. Right in. You can see them better when you come down like this. Alright, I tapped them, and they went in just fine. I think it looks fine. But what I'm curious about is, will that bottom nut jiggle its way out? Because as I was kind of trying to level it and keep it off of the, like, it clears that one. That one's cleared because of that shape right there. So I don't have to worry about those touching, but there are ones like that guy that I don't want to touch or bump. So I'm trying to raise it up, but then as I was raising it up, the bottom one was staying stuck, which made me think that it's going to be loose. So what I want to do is take them back out and put this locking washer on them. If that doesn't work, I can always double down on the 1/4 locking washers. I have 3. My plan was to get these on and then lock them into place, but I'm worried about that not slipping loose and then causing this to, I mean, all 3 of them would have to fail pretty much, but You know what I'm trying to say. Alright, so this angle was bending the washer at a weird angle. And it was mushrooming the pad all awkwardly, the little rubber grommet I got here. So what I need to do is just use like another locking nut on the inside and then one on the bottom. It's not a big deal. Alright, I'm going to try and do this without dropping it. So you can see, got the nylon locking nut, a couple washers, a couple things on there. Looks like they're touching, but they're not. This one might be touching a little bit, but that one's not. So now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna slap that guy on the inside. Was kind of thinking down here. Seems to be plenty of room. The bracket, we could bend these tabs down and self-tap some big old bolts right through this guy. On all four. It sits even. Good access to the plugs. Not sure exactly where this guy sits. That hole where I'm putting my finger over is actually up here. So that'd be like that. These plugs would stick out quite a bit. That's what I'm worried about is from this angle, how far the plugs stick out into the carpet there. I guess I'm thinking. I think you can see what I'm getting at here. Got the old Honda upside down on the frame, attached to the frame. You can see I got the wires plugged into this. I haven't zip tied this down yet, but just making sure all the wires are good. Hit the backtrack on the sleeving a little bit as far as the black cloth tape that I put on there in order to extend some of the wires to get to these three ones that are on this side. They need to curl down, but this just needs a zip tie, and that thing looks like it'll live there. But I don't think I'm done taking that in and out yet, so I'm gonna leave that where it is right now, unzip tied, and hopefully going by this kind of bracket here using my light, it looks like it clears. Pretend this is a laser. It looks like it clears pretty good, but I'm not sure until I don't think the glove box is going to hit it at all. I don't see anything really hitting it, so hopefully that'll work out good. But now I just gotta move on. Okie dokie. Put that back on there. I think I'm going to end up extending these wires, probably running them through this plastic grommet that's still on here, either all the way through. I can feel the grommet. I could push it out if I wanted to. Either run it all the way through and down. That's probably what I would have to do. Attach it with this guy and run it in. And then you plug it in or just hardwire it once it's in there. Probably plug it in. Just extend the wires on that down in there, yonder. But anyways, moving along. Okay, I decided I put a little interior stuff back together. I forgot to put my data port on data. So I'm just gonna be putting my cup holder back, adding the boot to this thing. There's only a couple things I can really do here. Ashtray. Alright, so you just slide into these little clips here. A couple of little things. If you pay attention to these two, how they match up with those two, this thing kind of falls right into that. Very carefully. It's not too scratchy. Just kind of wedge it in there, pop it down, flip this guy over, and then voila, you see the bolt holes line up. Alright, that is on there. Looking good, looking great. And now we're gonna put the cup holder in. Alright, so this thing is didn't want to come out like it's supposed to. It pops out and you finish pulling it out. So what I had to do, as you see on the back here how this works, so it's got the mainspring that just kind of pushes it in and out, keeps tension on it. So this thing comes in, you can see where it kind of goes in, locks itself in. Once this comes over, once it's up, clips in, you keep pushing it, locks itself in that lower part, right there. And then when you push it again, it releases it up out this side. Causing this to go back. This thing didn't want to flop around very well, the spring back very good. So I took off the screw. There's a little spring under there, and I just uncoiled it a little bit, creating more tension on it. And then put this guy back on there, and works great. I don't remember why I had this piece of tape on here. I feel like it's slowing me down now. But I'll leave it there anyways. I had it for something. But now this guy doesn't want to come all the way out. So, or not all the way out, but it doesn't want to close all the way. I'm not sure if that's something to do with this thing or something to do in there. I might try and pop this little tab up and see if I can't pull this out and see what's going on in there. I just pulled that little tab up, slid this out. That looks lovely. Should be able to keep pulling this out. No, I guess not. Maybe that's what's causing it to... The spring's pretty good. And I could bend this down a little bit more so that it pushes it all the way up probably, but I'm more worried about why it's not latching all the way in the back. These little white tabs there. I'm trying to get these apart. Oof. The only thing that was holding it in was these two clips in the back. They're stopping it from going past this. That is dirty. I'm cleaning that up. Definitely cleaning up the track in there. I can see that's dirty too. Looks like the only thing that's holding that in is this little pin. Where'd it go? There it is. That little pin right there. So I don't think there's any kind of modifications I can do to that. Just gotta clean it up good. This back on there. Two on top. One from underneath in the back. Now we're ready for ashtray. Alright, that was pretty darned easy. Just one little screw right there. One little screw right there. And then you can just slide this guy in. Seems pretty good right there. A couple of screws. And this guy just slides right in. And that is that. Boom. Got around and just redoing the headliner here. Figured the neighbor's gone so I can do some of the stinky stuff. Basically I had a piece, I didn't even trim it. It barely fit on there, but it fit on there. Looking good in the hood. Under the hood. Under the roof. Looking good under the roof. I don't know, ceiling can't hold me. Alright, so this guy's good. I got some holes cut out with an X-Acto knife. It's only the 3 sides. The driver's side doesn't have one. I don't know why it doesn't have a driver handle. Or it doesn't, so. Alright, moving on to something else. Probably wiring, which will be in a different video. Unless I can think of something else to do. I might. I just thought about it and I think I can get my steering wheel back in. I'm gonna give that a shot. After another hit. Alright, so I was gonna put that in, but then I wanted to clean this off, which I did. Then I remembered that my wiper doesn't seem to want to be excellent all the time, so I decided to take it apart. Of course, it's dirty, el dirty. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this guy up. Put a little fresh dielectric on there and stick it back in. Those look a little bit better, huh? Got the other one on, so I figured I'd take the other one off. Get it nice and cleaned up too. It's not too bad. A little hairy. There we go. That's real clean. Now for the inside. Lovely. Yeah, looks a little better. It definitely looks a little better. You can put them back together. Alright, so I was just about to slide this guy back in, and I realized that that part has a bit of a gap at the end there. I remember there was something interesting, and I thought I got the light down in there, and I was looking at the inner hole here, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get it with the... Yeah, there we go. You can see the bolt that goes through it humps down over the thing, and that little gap right there needs to be facing at that hump, that hole. Now, my dilemma is I verified that with this. Hump matches the hole. That's kind of dirty. When I parked the car, I remember it trying to get it is what's the word? Even, straight facing, tires straight as possible. So I'm not sure what to do about that. So either way, I think I'm gonna have to get the key and turn this guy over in order to be able to unlock the wheel. That's where it currently is. Alright, got it on there. Bit of a dirty lens, I apologize. I feel like cleaning it. So it's on. I'll grab my vice grips here. Show you what the old squirt. Trying to figure out how to lock that in. Just trying to remember how to do that. I gotta figure that out, but basically, this guy spins free. Move it around. So I'm good on that. Plenty of clearance, nothing rubbing anything. Doing what it should be doing. Plugged a couple things in, just basically the brake. Only the brake. I was thinking about doing the pedals, doing the rubber cement on the pedals, and yeah, I don't know. Man, now that's how you ship a cylinder head. Bunch of stickers. It's a big box. It's a bit of a hole here where that thing's sticking out. Hopefully that's not going to be too big of a deal. It is just coolant, but we'll see. At least he's got a bunch of stickers and it's very well packed. It didn't come crunched. Wish that hole wasn't on the side, but... Alright. Box is 57 pounds. There's foam on the bottom. That's nice. Checking that mating surface. And the glass guy. Exactly as pictured. Zip ties, holding in the stuff. Three lobe cams. Seeing all the parts are in the right order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got PRB TAC 1. Serial number. I will take it, beard hair and all. Oh, looks so much better than the other one. Nice. I am not seeing the lost motion springs though. I'll have to see about that. There, they might be tucked in there. I'm seriously not seeing them. So I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I knew there was gonna be something wrong. There's always something wrong, right? Alright, well, let's flip it over and take a peek at the maintenance service. So, the mating surface looks fine. Needs a little cleanup. Not seeing any major scratches or any paint. I don't know what that hole's for. I mean, I assume a sensor of some sort. We'll find out, I guess. Got a mattress. I like that I got the free spark plugs. Free spark plugs. I need to clean off this. This is as is. I bought this knowing it would look like this, so I knew I needed to put a little elbow grease into it, but at the end of the day, I believe the man to be reputable who sold me this, and I believe that it'll work perfectly fine. Set everything on it, pressure tested, or compression test perfectly, and so, oh, I'm gonna cut my hand off. I'm okay. That was just this. Yeah. Excellent. Yay, I don't have to return it. I just have to write them about the lost motion springs, which might be in there. I doubt it, but they weren't in here. It's in the sensors, not the lost motion. So, I don't know. We'll see. vtec. Looks like it lines up appropriately. Yeah. Still got a pole. Yep, I got a rebuild kit for that side, so. Weird. It smells like house fire. Wet oil. Like it. Alright. I just took this curdle and the cams off here. So I would start pulling this thing apart a little bit. Still looks really nice. Came apart really easy. It's not like it was torqued down or anything, so. Alright, continuing on. I figured I'd break out the old brass brush here and brush off some of this carbon buildup. Nothing crazy, but it's there. Okay, Friday night. It's about 6 o'clock, I think. It's so beautiful out. I figured I'd come down here and start working on this bad boy. Start cleaning out some of this stuff. This is the good side, I think. I don't even remember. No, that's the good side. So, I got some work to do. I gotta clean off some of this stuff. Some of these are gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough one, but we'll get in there and do it. I got this cleaned up a little bit here. Mainly aesthetically, I tried a little bit to get the chunky stuff off of these, but alas, I got some of it off, but I'm real lazy about it. So I think what I'm going to do is tip this up, get it nice and even, fill these up with water, check them out in the morning. It's not right this second, but I think I'm going to do that, see if they leak out overnight, just to make sure. Just popped the backside of this vtec module. Wow, look at the gasket, it is that's all. clean. I was looking for something to get them out of there with. And so I could just use my fucking finger. Those are curled. I don't think you can see that. Those are machining chips. Yay! My education as a machinist paid off. Oh, the sound later. Yeah, that is good in there. This got blown in. Probably be something around here somewhere. Whatever, they're machining chips. I'm cool with that. Need I say more? So they're here, huh? I was even partially clogging it, so well, that's good. See, there's a little surface tension overage here. There somewhere. There, don't focus, but a little bit of overage. But we'll see what kind of. Oh, it's pretty flat. So. Pretty happy about that. Can't hurt to soak a little bit too. Well, it would appear as though I have a leak coming from this guy right here. Coming from this guy right here. And the exhaust could just be a dirty valve. I don't know. This is after about 20 minutes. Looks to me like it came from the top left quadrant. And the other two are dry. I leaned over here to look for the other two and I bumped it and knocked water all over it. So I don't know if these are, they don't look wet. It's hard to tell. I'm trying to look at the inside. That one looks, it's hard to tell because I bumped a bunch of water, so. Either way, I got some thinking to do on this one. Whether I want that one or not. Just replace them. Pull the springs and everything. Just replace them. Lap some new ones, which I really don't want to do. But I will. And yeah, that might be what I have to do. I might actually be able to, depending on the valve size, I might be able to reuse some of the ones I already bought. Maybe. Like I said, I'm going to think about this. It's Friday night. My hand is burning. I don't know what I did with my knuckle. See, right there. Right there. It hurts right there. It doesn't hurt, it just kind of like burns. It feels like I got like a freezer burn. A little brake fluid or something. I don't know. Anyways, enough for tonight. It is the next day. I'm looking at a little overnight water holding results. Looks like a little bit more. Definitely more came down in this one. But it looks like it's still going. This one looks like it may have stopped. Oddly, it looks like some kind of mold has started to form. Some kind of white, fuzzy something. I don't know what that is. But, yeah. So, interesting to see where the rust. But I decided I'm going to pull all these guys off, get them all out of here, wire brush them down, lap them, and then get them back in there. Sometimes the easiest solution is the hardest solution. So just gonna go ahead and deal with that. Not even stressed about thinking about it anymore. Just go right into it. But it is interesting that this white stuff appeared. The rust I get. Interesting. I don't know. Either way. Alright, let's pull the first one off. Lovely. Lovely. Excuse me. Alright, so yeah, Jesus Christ. So that's just lovely, isn't it? It's gonna be my intake. So yeah, first one down, 15 more to go. Do it. These ones are just fighting me. I've tried just about everything. Finally put a little liquid wrench down them. I tried using my valve spreader thingamajiggy, and that did not work. It started to actually bend the valve spring C-clamp thing. I don't know if you can see it, but it's actually started to like claw out. I tried hitting it back and it just clawed back out. So I've been trying to hit it with this guy and pop them out of there, and that worked for quite a few of them, but these last, well, this other half, more than half, did not come out. So like I said, I hit him with a little bit of liquid wrench. It's kind of sitting here waiting. These tubes are in here. Keep it, because I was hitting it and it made this boom. I figured out it was these tubes, so a little piece of, keep the noise down a little bit, but yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Alright, I'm gonna have to come back to this because I've tried just about everything and this thing is not doing it. I've never had an issue with this one. Worked on the very first one. Didn't work on any of the other ones. Popping them with the hammer here worked on the remaining 6, but I was only able to get 7 out. Stupid, so I'm gonna have to order some different tool. Bumming around the shop last half hour, I haven't come up with any kind of brilliant idea as to what to do, so moving on with my life, I'm going to pull this guy out and get ready to paint it.